time and then I stop so I can get home. Well, when it's not my turn to drink and I'm with the PLP, I don't drink at all. And I decided last night, why the fuck don't I drink part of the night when I'm the driver? But I think it's because I want her to feel safe. You know, so yeah,
that's the best thing anyway, because you never know, and if something happened and then that's in you and you somebody runs into you.
Right, exactly. So I'd rather, you know, but myself, but I was really a social butterfly last night, so I love it. Love it. But there wasn't a lot of people, but Mom and I wobbled.
Yes, we always wobble.
We always wobble.
Well, I went, at one point we were sitting there and I was like,
the more we drink, the more we wobble.
We need to wobble. And so I type it in on my phone and I go show the D, and he looks at me, he goes, we're on the same page, that's next.
Neverland says, so far so good with the stream.
Hey, Wendy!
I'm hardwired in now, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
And I think my Lamarr Woodley videos, because again, last night there were people that hadn't seen it before. They're like, oh, I seen your video! That was great!
Explain to everybody what the
Mama
Lamarr
is
video.
spilling out of her fucking shirt.
She is over there.
Like coming out.
That's okay. Is there a problem with that? Look.
You're almost nippling it over here,
No,
girl.
I'm not. Explain your Lamarr video.
It was a reality TV show I did. It was a prank, kind of like a I Gotcha for Lamarr Woodley of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was taped for his bachelor party, and I had to fake a fall, and it was great. But I have it posted on Sweet Cheeks on Facebook. If not, you can go on YouTube and see, and just type in Lamarr Woodley bachelor party and it comes up. But it was a lot of fun, and I guess I'm just like, I didn't realize how many people really looked at my Sweet Cheeks page, but I guess a lot did. Locally. I mean, I knew, you know, out there was a lot, so it was kind of fun for the last 2 weeks at the club to walk in and go, oh, I seen your video, it's great. So, of course, that's not my naked stripping that I normally do at my bachelor parties, because that was like
that was conservative.
It was the PG version for TV, so.
Okay, so speaking of naked stripping, I love BBW on Twitter. Totally wants to get with you, and he sends us all a good morning every morning.
Well, I need
especially Sweet Cheeks.
I've been so bad on Twitter. This is how bad I was. You know, my computer got taken into the shop last week, so all my passwords were wiped out. I had to contact Sierra this week and go, "What's my name on Twitter?" Because I couldn't remember. But I got back onto Twitter, so I will Twitter more. Please, Facebook me.
Yes, I love BBW. We know that you're going to be listening to the show, whether it's an archive or...
I love you too, if you love me.
Hi, everybody.
Whether it's an archive or live or, yeah. So find her on Facebook, Sweet Cheeks, SCB.
You're still not there. That's so funny.
I'm never on the goddamn.
So we've got a picture of the stream on my computer so we can see ourselves.
And how many of us do you got? Because is that a wide angle lens?
It's only three because she's not there yet.
It's a pretty big delay. There's about a minute delay sometimes.
Really?
So anyhow, hi ladies and gentlemen. We're kicking back today. It's awesome.
We do have a great view of the neighborhood across the street from our.
Anyone who makes more than $100,000 a year lives across the street.
No, she's just there.
Very large dogs.
Yep.
Yes, and Hummers.
And Hummers.
And Hummers, big yellow Hummers.
They do. 2 or 3 of them actually.
Wait, but Hummers are like old now, aren't they?
No. You can still buy new Hummers.
Oh.
I
only know about giving Hummers. I don't know about buying Hummers.
It's a whole different thing. We're talking like cars and blowjobs. Okay, that's different.
Okay.
It's totally different thing.
I don't know a lot about cars, but I know a lot about blowjobs.
Vendetta says it's Memorial Day weekend. How will you guys be able to get a spare flux capacitor to fix this problem? We can't.
That's why we're in the conference room.
But I brought my duct tape, my baling wire, a hope and a prayer, and bitches, we're broadcasting live.
She MacGyvered this shit.
She MacGyvered this shit up. Yeah.
I straight up Star Trek SG-1 to this bullshit.
And I think Silent Mike is broadcasting over Action Thrash on his Ustream.
Well, you know what? Silent Mike hasn't been with us in months. He's been working a lot. So there was a reason.
You know what?
He was in the studio today.
He says, I'm never coming back to the studio again. I said, why? He goes, every time I come here, something happens. I'm like,
well, what happened tonight? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. So, can...
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay.
Since we are all actually sitting right next to each other, we can at one time do a single bra shot without having to move the camera.
Oh.
We should totally do a group bra shot. Group bra shot's coming up right now. Stay on. Right now. There we go. Woo.
All right, jiggle. We gotta jiggle.
Jiggly. Come on, keep jiggling.
Okay.
I know.
How long we gonna jiggle for?
Well, we gotta give Callie at least 15 seconds to get to the computer. He's listening on his wireless headphones in the kitchen, so he's got
wait, let's do the Irma dance. He has now. No, I'm not. Gotta do the lips.
Just push them together.
duck face.
And
Push
duck
and
face.
duck. Push and
This
duck.
is like exercise. This is supposed to be cute, not exercise.
Oh, she's
there. There she is. Here's
our
our
guest.
guest.
Like it matters, right? Hi, nice to meet you. And I got boots in my hands.
All right, let's scooch a little bit so we can get her in too.
Yeah, this. Hi, Jess.
Try not to die on the way back.
This isn't our normal setup, but we're rigging it,
Right
girl.
next to Alexia over there. How are
We're
you
working it
guys?
out. We're great.
Vendetta says duct tape and baling wire. Here, I hear with me. Is the recipe to fix anything, even a broken heart.
Aww.
Is something
Vendetta's
wrong?
drinking again.
Did somebody break your heart, Vendetta? No.
Olden said, "Good God, 8 skinheads." I think he was referring to our breasticles.
Our breasticle.
Wait,
We
2,
just
4,
did a bra shot for
6, 8. Yeah, that's
We're
your
on video.
Hey, we've got a Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc. I think that's how you say it. It's Jon-Luc.
Jean-Luc? Is that like Jean-Luc Picard? I even know that.
You do.
I do.
That's a little scary. So
I
you're
know
not-
who Jean-Luc
I was like, what
is.
did you
I'm
say?
so disappointed we got no Game of Thrones tonight.
I know.
I got
Is
no.
it done?
No, 2 more episodes, but they're taking. No, you know what's on tonight? The story about Liberace, Behind the Candelabra, that movie with
Damn it.
Matt Damon. He
Wait,
plays the
that's a
big one
made-for-TV movie?
on
Yeah.
HBO.
Yeah, you can watch
It's
it.
on tonight. It's on tonight on HBO. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's in place of Game of
Didn't
Thrones.
I think Silent Mike worked that movie one day?
Look
Did-
at
Did you the Liberace movie?
Look.
It's on tonight on HBO. So I did set my DVR for that, but
you've got a good cleavage
I'm
too there, huh?
telling you now, if Game of Thrones was on tonight, I'd have a hard time going to Fox.
You gotta come a little
Yeah.
bit closer, Sierra.
I'd have a hard
Oh,
time.
I'm fighting with the plant. It's like,
There we go.
But it's
like we're live remote and I'm in the jungle with plants. Like,
I like
Hey, you know what? I
that.
kind of like this.
I do too. We're gonna get our banner like right here
Yeah.
though. So our
All right,
banner's
so
going-
you
this
see
banner's
it.
set.
Oh my
This
god.
is kind of, this is my dream for the show is, right, to have, I want like one of those big warehouses so we can do parties when we're not broadcasting. And then in one little corner is our little studio where we broadcast our show, and we're sitting in a little round table like this with cameras all pointing at us. It's like The View, kind of, just
So
dirty.
apparently
fat.
Alexia's dream is that
Dirty and fat.
Well, apparently Alexia's dream is that we win fucking megabucks.
No,
because
because that's not going to cost that much, because we've already got the...
Hello.
we practically
The
have
warehouse.
The studio. Wait. We practically have the studio with all the equipment we take to a remote, right?
That's true.
We have a studio.
So all we need is the space.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do enough
You know, there's
blowjobs to
there's
pay for that space.
There's that 2-story bar down the street. It's up for sale again.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
I want to do live studio audience where I can be like Oprah.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing about having a big space, like a warehouse space.
Yeah, we could do that.
We
We're
can
working
have
on
a
that
live
for our
audience,
200th.
So.
For our 200th episode, which happens later this year, we're trying to do a live studio audience show.
This is episode 169. No jokes from the
169. Ooh.
31 episodes, motherfuckers. Oh, we're on the internet, so you can say whatever you like. We're
Oh,
okay with
great.
that.
So this.
I had to learn to filter myself.
This
No, you don't hear. You don't hear.
No, this is
We
true.
have no
This
filters.
is true. You've been on to the Today Show.
Uh-huh.
You've were you interviewed on CNN as well? I didn't see any video.
Not a video, but yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
She's been all over on USA Today, on CNN.
Oh, you've had to be filtered.
Yes, very much.
Oh no, let it all out there tonight. Just feel free.
Let it
Sounds great.
go.
So this is Jess M. Baker, also known as the Militant Baker. She's a blogger. She's awesome. We've been posting things all day today, so we're excited to have you here.
Thanks.
If you're a fan of Huffington Post, they did an article. They used her photo shoot with some really hot dude, John C. really fucking smoking hot. And
name for real?
it's John C. something, but I don't.
Really fucking smoking hot.
I think that's that on the card.
And she, as well, is really smoking fucking
Right?
hot. They must be married because they have the same last name.
People have asked us that, actually.
Yeah?
Like, have you guys ever heard of models? You can rent them.
They're like whores without the sex.
I just want to ask before we go on, I just have to say one word to our guest and see her reaction. Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, beautiful! I hate them motherfuckers.
For those of you who don't know, because you don't pay attention to social media,
Or us.
internet sensation here did her own photo shoot with this fucking smoking hot model, and it's the Attractive and Fat campaign. And you see her all over because I know I've been posting it all over the place, and you guys have been posting it all over the place, and it's been on all the news channels, on all the news networks, dude.
It really has. It really has.
Serious shit right there.
The only way we can top this is if we got Les Toyle in studio. That I think that's the only.
Look at her.
He's
like,
awesome.
Bear.
So, speaking of Les Toyle,
Uh-oh.
I'm playing Words with Friends with him.
And every time his name comes up to you, go.
Every time he sends me a text, I go. I got to lay down the word toil, which not with an E on the end, which is the French canvas fabric
Pronounced
toile. Mm-hmm. And so I sent him a text,
why I don't
and
play
I was like shrinking, sending him a text. Almost got your name. I had to add the E.
Oh no!
And he wrote me back. He texted me back, and he goes, I have never heard of that word before. What is that? So I had to explain it to him. I was like, oh my god, I told him what toile was.
And this is, just so y'all know, this is exactly how I will act if I ever come into contact with Will Wheaton, LeVar Burton, or...
Oh, I know who.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Oh no, that I would just shit my pants for.
Brent Spiner.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get
Any of them.
starstruck.
Really?
Like when somebody says like, who would you meet that would like make you go? And I've had the opportunity to meet a few stars doing what I do, but I just don't do this. I never
You just haven't met the right one.
But I can't even think of one that would make me speechless. I mean, I met Barack Obama, and you'd think that I'd have an orgasm over that.
I think you would have, yeah.
I did, but I didn't get speechless. I was, talking.
You had an orgasm.
Did you
right?
think about after you met him? Did you think about I should have said this? Oh, I should have
No,
said that.
and I wasn't like when they said, "Can you go to the airport and be on the tarmac and meet the president?"
Well, that's
I was
good.
like,
Well,
"Yeah, I could go," but I didn't do this. I just don't do that.
We'll just make sure we keep you around when all the stars show up.
So I can be
What about
the,
you? Do you get starstruck?
No, I don't.
No?
Although today we went to the wax museum and I took a picture with Hugh Hefner, and that made me speechless.
So you don't get starstruck just imagining them taking a shit. They take shits just like you take shits.
They don't poo.
Yes, they do. And guess what? They put toilet paper in their hand and they wipe their asses. Just like you.
Unless they're from the Philippines.
That's how you do that?
I don't, but that's a good way to do it.
I mean, I heard people say if you get in speeches and stuff like that to imagine people naked or something, but imagine them pooping. That's nasty.
It is kind of nasty.
Well, I don't mean you imagine them pooping, but you got to put it in perspective. Like this person does the exact same thing I do. Why it makes them so spectacular?
Do you know what I think about when I see someone famous, or when I start thinking about someone famous? I'm wondering what their O face looks like. What's it gonna look like when I look up at their face? What is that gonna look like?
Really?
Okay, really. So this is one of the reasons why I love Cali Guy, and sometimes I get jealous that Sierra's with him. He says you can always use a dilithium crystal instead of a flux capacitor.
Oh my God! And what does that mean?
He's awesome.
See, now that gives you an orgasm.
It's what gives you warp drive, ma'am. It's what gives you warp drive.
Well, the dilithium crystals.
I have another thing that gives men warp drives.
ships
Okay,
now.
I have other ways to give men warp
They
drives.
did have for a very short period of time at the beginning of the Enterprise's launch into space. It did operate. Life supports operated on a diesel system, and now everything is operated by dilithium.
Oh my God, she knows how the fucking Star Trek runs.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
spec books.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God!
He's a nerd. Super nerd.
No, super ho. So I don't know those things.
There's no books for that shit.
I wrote my own. Oh God!
It's a hose life for me. You should write a book.
A hose like no. I want to write 101 uses for a fat chick.
No.
shade from the sun or protection from the rain. Place to store your remote
Keep you
control.
warm.
Yeah, 101 uses for a fat chick.
No, she needs to write that book. Those
He's pliable.
ones.
You can have your own zip code.
The ones something for dummies.
Oh, yeah.
Hose for dummies.
Hose for dummies. There you go.
Whoa.
No. I'm not calling you dumb. It's like they have a little.
Oh, so I can teach another girl how to be a hoe.
It's
But
like,
you know what? I was talking to somebody last night, and it's all smoke and mirrors. Well, not all of it, but some of it's smoke and mirrors for me. Because people think that I go to the Red Rooster and I leave that club every time with somebody different.
You mean Red Label?
Yeah, Red Label.
Oh, you said
Red Rooster. I just get involved. You just get ugly there.
Yeah.
So
leave with them at the Red Rooster.
But I haven't been to the Red Rooster forever. But I say, I've never left that club with anybody. Now, do I have a few phone numbers? And maybe I'll talk to them later. But it's kind
Didn't you give a blowjob in the parking lot once?
No, that was me. No, that was me.
I know that was you.
No, I'll tell you. I gave a blowjob in a parking lot at Plush when it was back on
at
the Alexis Park one time. I did give a blow. That was before I was even on the show. That's before I was even on the show.
You know how many blowjobs we saw in that parking lot?
Oh, and the PLP was making it happen, a lot of them.
Which is why we call her the PLP, which is
The parking lot pimp.
Yeah. What you need? Look, I got a little jacket. I got pictures and shit. Like, what you need? Like, I'm right here.
Okay, I gotta tell you.
Wait a minute, you want to see bellies? Hold on a second.
I'll tell you what I said. Last night, we're sitting at the bar, and Brazilian Butter was there last night. He had texted me. We have been texting all day long, okay?
You know what? The one night I don't go, Brazilian
Butter's there. So anyway, I wasn't there to be with Brazilian Butter, but we were joking about how I was going to pimp him out, okay? So I was back and forth with him, and because I was all over the club last night. And so he meets another girl there, and they start talking about the show, and he goes, well, I have a name on the show. He was so, he couldn't even say it. He had to write it down.
He has a name.
Oh, yeah. I know he has a name. And he's like, so cool.
I got a name. They talk about me.
And you know what? And I said to him, and he goes, I says, you like having a name on our show.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. And Nut and Butter was there. And I said to somebody.
He does not know.
No.
He does not know his name, I'm pretty sure.
Because I go, have you ever heard us talk about Nut and Butter? Yeah. That's him. And he's sitting over there with some girl. Well, she stands up and turns around, and she has a beautiful big ass. So, of course, that's what he wants to do.
Right.
I can't make the two.
He likes to massage an ass and masturbate at the same time, but he doesn't actually like to have any sort of sexual contact with a person.
So we call him Nut and Butter. So anyway, so it was so funny because Brazilian Butter couldn't even tell her his name. He had to write it on a napkin. It was so cute.
Did he write it with an accent?
Oh,
a little
yeah, that was funny.
Are you single, Jess?
I am.
Do you date?
Yes.
Yes? Do you
She's
have
like, yes.
horrible dating stories? Just some of the weirdest guys ever?
You
Or
know,
you get lucky?
no, I do because I'm a huge fan of dating from Craigslist. Huge fan.
Oh, I've done that.
It can be a really great experience. And so
I met the Viking on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I met the plumber on Craigslist.
I also met a plumber on Craigslist. We dated for years.
Well, he wasn't a real plumber. He just took care of my plumbing.
Yeah, totally around here for us, just so you know.
I didn't do a very good job of taking care of my plumbing, but he could fix regular plumbing.
Damn.
Did you say you dated for years?
Yeah. Yeah, we did, and we lived together and all of that. But, ever since he left, it's been a really positive experience for me because I've been able to go out and I identify as a fat chick now, and I really love it. And so I was like, well, this should be interesting because I'm going to go out. And, my name on OkCupid is sexy and fat. And so I was interested to see kind of what the reaction was. It's super positive.
Oh, yeah.
And so after that, I wrote this article called Things No One Will Tell Fat Girls, So I Will. And and that all came from being single, which was really, really fun. So, yeah.
This is a good time to talk about Plenty of Fish.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Plenty of Fish. Plenty of fuck off and die.
I have the letter hand.
Okay, bring it up. The
CEO?
creator of Plenty of Fish, or CEO, sent out a mass email to everybody you know, it was on my Plenty of Fish, and basically, and Sierra's got it, but basically it tells that, yeah, go ahead, this is good.
My name is Marcus, and I created POF, Plenty of Fish. When I created POF, I wanted it to be all about finding relationships with the right person. For the first 7 years, this worked really well. I got the site to 10 million users without any employees, and POF was generating a ton of relationships. Around 3 years ago, everyone started using the website via mobile phones. Today, about 70% of POF use is via a mobile phone, and unfortunately, about 2% of men started to use POF as more of a hookup site, mostly due to the casual nature of cell phone use. And sticking with my vision that POF is all about relationships, I'm going to make a bunch of changes that ensures it stays a relationship-focused site. Number one, any first contact between users that contains sexual references will not be sent. Anyone who tries to get around this rule will be deleted without warning. I like this guy. This rule has actually been in effect since last month, and it's made the site so much better. Number two, you can only contact people plus or minus 14 years of your age. There is no reason for a 50-year-old man to contact an 18-year-old woman. The majority of messages sent outside those age ranges are all about hookups. Anyone who tries to get around this rule will be deleted. Now, I have a problem with that because there is a 22-year age difference between me and my boyfriend.
Yeah, I kind of questioned that one too. So
yeah, I don't think there should be a thing about age differences, but we'll let it slide.
It's
well, what people are going to do is just put their age different on their profiles.
You have to think, you're in the minority with your age difference.
That's true.
And everybody else who has a huge age, they're the minority of most relationships.
Okay, I keep reading because I have a few questions.
Number three, intimate encounters, which is a section on their website, will go away in the next few months. There are 3.3 million people who use the site every day. Of those, there are only 6,041 single women looking for intimate encounters. Of those 6,041 women, the ones with hot pictures are mostly men pretending to be women. Intimate encounters on POF can be summed up as a bunch of horny men talking to a bunch of horny men pretending to be women. In short, the vast majority of people will not be impacted. This is because the vast majority of people are not going around spamming women saying, "Let's have sex tonight." That's not true, sir. That is not true. I can't change POF alone. I need your help to get the word out there that POF is all about relationships. Marcus, that's the guy's name. He signed it.
And you know what? How are you going to change the perception? Because when you say POF to anybody, they're like, oh, hook up.
Yeah, plenty. POF around here stands for plenty of fuck off and die.
Now here, I have a question for you. So I get a lot of messages that say, you know, hello beautiful or hello sexy. Are those sexually explicit?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, don't think so either.
I think it's what it gonna be like is, I want to suck your tits.
And okay, and at one point, so like I send a message back, hi, thank you for the compliment. The next one says, do you want to suck my balls? Will they cut that one off if it's the second message?
No,
that's
but
true.
There has always been an ability to flag a message or a user. I used it all the time.
Well, that's us flagging. But what I'm saying now with these new rules are the
no, it's just
are they? But are they going to be? Are they going to be screening that?
They might be. They might eventually say if there's sexual references within the first three or whatever. But the thing about
think of all the metaphors that are about to be born because of.
Well, and in reality, everybody knows that. You know what? I got to tell you something.
Do you have a clog in your pipes? I'd love to plumb it for you.
Okay, but in reality, you know, ways, right? I get a ton of that kind of bullshit, but never on the first one. Never. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think in reality is it going to change a lot as far as what he's trying to train
them? That's true.
No, I just don't talk to him. Now, why do you want to?
Because okay, here's the thing. If these guys are simply going on there to try to hook up with people and they're not using the site the way it's supposed to be done, you need to report them for terms of service violation.
Well, what if I'm just trying to hook up too?
Get on fucking Craigslist. It's easier. That's the reason the internet dating sites went from being fabulous to being really shitty, and the only ones that were worth even getting on you had to pay for, and even then they fucking suck.
Yeah, they fucking suck.
It's because they do fucking suck. Because people won't people don't take advantage of all the tools that they have to them. I reported people left and fucking right. Eventually got me reported, and they tried to shut me down.
Well, and you know what? You know what? I would rather just like move on to the next message. And for the most part, most of the people you meet on there are fairly nice people. So rather than taking the time to report all these motherfuckers that are saying like, what are you wearing? Or do you wear heels? Or whatever their bullshit is.
Instead of clicking delete, just click flag.
So I have a question then, because I don't know if Las Vegas is a little bit different from Tucson. Where as far as this world goes.
A lot.
Yeah. Well, that's apparent. I've only been here for a day. But so it's really interesting because people bitch a lot in Tucson because it's so hard for men to get girls, but it's so easy for women to get.
Well, it's the same thing. You got a pussy. If you get a pussy, you got everything.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah,
I just figured across the board it was just.
Oh, well, here, let me tell you my quick Craigslist stories. I was house sitting for somebody, and I found myself dateless at the last minute. And so I put an ad on Craigslist, you know, BBW looking for hot tub date tonight. 30 minutes, I had 287 messages.
Okay, yeah.
And she's like, yes.
I've had that experience as well, and it's pretty amazing. It's a little bit exhausting, and I've started to.
It is!
I've learned how.
Keyword exhausting.
287 was really hard that night.
Damn, your jaw was hard.
Email, and you have to set up filters and have it filter for certain people.
You know what? This is exactly why she says, any dating site I ever signed up with, I never got no response. Because she's freaking flagging everybody.
Okay, so I want to know, Jess, when you did that whole thing where you got 287 messages in your inbox, what did you post?
What were you advertising?
Were you looking for a hot tub date that night? Or?
You know, I'm really vague in them, but I put what I'm looking for, and that is the secret. And so
must be oral. That's what I was putting mine.
I would put something like, and it's interesting because I also got hate mail from this, but it was really, you know, it was a really great teaching experience. But it said something like, you know, looking for tall, handsome, and tattooed. And so even after that kind of filter that I put out there, it was still 286 messages to the point where I had to start labeling them in Gmail, and it was like meh. Maybe, yes, smoking hot. And when they would email back if it was smoking hot, then it's got first priority.
Right.
And Sweet Cheeks, when she says oral, that doesn't mean talk a lot.
And that doesn't mean her doing oral.
She will reciprocate.
I will.
She likes
I
blowjobs.
share. I love to give blowjobs. I'm
She's
good
a
at it.
cocksucker, just like her.
Speaking of cocksucking and you,
Damn.
how's the movie thing going? How many more are up on the X-Hamster?
They took him down.
Oh.
They're down right now temporarily.
Oh, how come?
Because I fulfilled my obligation, and now it is up to me whether I want him to put him back or not.
She's got her phone.
So.
Silent Mike over there. She's
Who's never silent, by the way.
Yes.
He's always peanut gallery.
So there are no more videos of Mama. What is your fan base gonna do? Because you have a huge fan base because of that.
They need to come to BBW Fan Fest in July and meet Mama at the motorboat booth.
We're discussing it, and we're actually discussing the possibility of having someone else film for us an episode. So yeah, so that might be coming up.
So you're gonna go from home video amateur to full on amateur with a photographer.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. All right. In
She's
chat,
like, okay, right?
in chat, Atomic April, a radio.
Hey!
She says, "I love the new format of the roundtable forum." Just to reiterate, for those of you who just joined us, we had an issue in the studio today where a half of a double gulp spilled onto the board, and now it's broadcasting the Spanish station from next door instead of us. So we are only streaming.
There's no Vegas on that radio today.
And you won't have no commercials, and we won't have any people around the wood.
Although I can go put up some of the Abercrombie and Fitch photos here in a minute when we get into all of that.
Which we should get into. Let's do our official. You know, do we want to stop the record and start it again?
We're going to stop the recording for a second. We're going to take a mini
break. The broadcast will still be going.
Yeah, y'all won't notice a difference until you get on YouTube later.
Atomic April says, no more porn star hair.
No porn star hair. I don't know.